We're going to be talking about a little bit more fantasy here while rounds 6 and 7 continue to roll on. Mike, let's talk season-long fantasy here, all right? I got a question for you.
Okay.
Quarterbacks.
Nope.
Okay. How about tight ends?
Nope.
All right, so don't draft quarterbacks or tight ends from this year's draft class.
Remember, season long, right? We're not talking dynasty, season long. Not interested in anybody at those two positions.
Nope.
I mean, nothing new there, right?
Nope, nothing new there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the running backs. Obviously, there are a handful of guys here at the running back position that we have talked about. Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker. You talk about
James Cook.
James Cook. Yep, all three of them. Those kind of feel like the main three so far that would have fantasy relevance.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get into a couple of guys throughout the summer, too. We talked about them on this show as well that could potentially have an opportunity. But those are the main three, right? They went in the second round. We talked earlier on about how second-round running backs, as rookies, have had a lot of fantasy success. About 40% of the time, they've been top 25 scorers at the position. So that's interesting to me. And I will say this, though. The landing spot's not ideal, right? You know, we were hoping for clear paths to feature back roles. Breece Hall's going to have to deal with Michael Carter. Kenneth Walker has to deal with Rashad Penny and maybe Chris Carson in Seattle. And James Cook, of course, has to deal with at least Devin Singletary in Buffalo, right? So it's not a walk in the park like we were hoped for that we got with Najee Harris last year, for example, but it's closer maybe to what Javonte Williams had, and it limited his upside a little bit. But at the running back position, those will probably be your first three that are drafted. And certainly there's going to be opportunity for maybe flex value right out of the gate. Now, Breece Hall maybe jumps into the RB2 mix. The other guys, still some things to be learned there.
Yeah, there are a handful of guys still. We'll see how everything breaks out through the rest of the offseason. Maybe some other names will pop that we have seen from this draft. But
yeah,
a lot of early running backs, those were really the only names that really stood out to us. Let's talk about some wide receivers. Because this is where, and we've already said this, this is where
so many guys
everybody
here.
is at. Drake London is like, let's just start here. We'll start at 8 and work our way down. Drake London looks to be awesome. Definitely somebody that you're considering here in redraft.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Opportunity, size. I know the quarterback situation is a question mark, obviously.
Yeah,
but he's going to be on the field. He's going to see a big target share. So we like him. Should be a fantasy starter right away.
Garrett Wilson going to the New York Jets.
Same kind of thing, right? A little bit more competition there. Corey Davis, Elijah Moore was tremendous last year. They had 3 tight ends. Obviously, the running backs we just talked about. So there's a little bit more competition there, but at the same time, it's a guy that is a top 10 talent. He's going to be on the field a lot.
Chris Olave goes to the Saints, where he's going to have to split some time with Michael Thomas there. I'm excited to see how he works out with Jameson Winston, though.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Olave, same kind of thing. They were looking for a number 2 wide receiver. They found one in Olave, most likely, at least in terms of he's going to step in and play those snaps.
Yeah. And the Lions did the same thing when they acquired Jameson Williams to be able to pair with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Although obviously he's hurt to start the year, so that's going to be something in redraft where you're not really looking at him until you get towards the. I don't want to say you're probably not drafting Jameson Williams, and he is a waiver wire pickup if something.
Somebody like a Lions fan, for example, in your draft here is going to reach on him a little too early. But yeah, he's probably slow start most likely. If he just comes out and lights it up in week 1, that's going to be a surprise for sure.
Agreed. All right, let's talk about a couple other guys here. There are 2 guys that didn't go in the first round that I think have some decent places where they landed, and that's Skye Moore taking over the Tyreek Hill spot in Kansas City, and Christian Watson with Devontae Adams now gone in Green Bay. Let's start with Skye Moore. I want to ask you, what do you think that he can be here in this Chiefs offense with Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, it's interesting, and he went kind of late in round 2, well after Watson, who the Packers traded up for and took him early in the second round. But Moore is a great opportunity. I mean, again, it comes down to really you either have it or you don't. If he does have it, the opportunity is tremendous. There's a lot of Jags essentially in that wide receiving core, right, with Valdez-Scantling and Mecole Hardman, who hasn't panned out through 3 years, and Juju Smith-Schuster, who knows? I mean, he's very much a wild card. There's an opportunity for Moore to play a lot, and if Mahomes likes him and wants to get him the ball on 18 to 20% of his targets, he's going to be a no doubt fantasy starter, and because of that, he should be on the fantasy radar. You're going to like him in the middle rounds.
Absolutely. I'm just not in on Mecole Hardman. I mean, for 3 straight, I want to like the guy so much.
He's been good, but he doesn't get the volume.
And
there's something to be said for that. Targets and opportunities are a talent stat. If you don't get them, there's a reason why.
All right, so let's talk about Christian Watson, because he should have a ton of opportunity with Devontae Adams gone. That leaves about 300 targets there in that offense, give or take, for someone to be able to have. Curious, though, what you think about Christian Watson here with Aaron Rodgers, because a lot of possibilities here for him.
Oh, yeah, he's a fun one for sure. Small school guy, but he's 6'4", crushed it at the combine, one of the best speed scorers at the position, excellent broad jump. The guy is just a tremendous athlete, and again, the opportunity's great. I mean, look, guys like Alan Lazard, MVS, many others haven't turned into fantasy stars in a very good Green Bay offense, but they just weren't at that level, right? If Watson is, and he's an early second-round pick, the pedigree's there, the Packers obviously think he is, and you're in that high-scoring Aaron Rodgers-led offense, I mean, we know Aaron Rodgers. He has to like you. He has to trust you. But if he picks Watson, if Watson's his guy, and he gets him, again, 20% of the targets, he's going to be a major breakout in his first season. So, and again, there's not a lot of guys there. Sammy Watkins is there, Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb. There's a path to a big workload for Watson right out of the gate. So I'm excited about him, and I'll be looking at him in the middle rounds for sure.
Heck yeah. I don't love him coming to the NFC North as a Lions fan. I mean, the idea that I'm going to have him and Aaron Rodgers, because he ran like a 4.37 at 6'4". I mean, he has great speed down the field. That's something that is going to be really interesting to be able to watch.
Well, if it makes you feel better, you have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams. So that Lions offense, look, if Jared Goff plays average football, look out. Great offensive line.
That's all we
DeAndre
need.
Swift, Hawkinson, the two receiver. I mean, DJ Chark, love him.
Yes.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.